This is an E-MPROV broadcast. I'm new to E-MPROV. I don't know what's going to happen tonight, but I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be anywhere. And I got dogs here. Maybe we can talk about my dogs. One of my dogs is a bully. She's always biting the other dog. She's small. She's got a Napoleon complex. She's always biting the other dog, and it's a problem. I tried to leave her somewhere, but she came back home again. That's all I got for now. I can't hear anybody. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. So you heard me talking about dogs, and dogs. So maybe we could do a scene concerning the dogs. You know?
Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, I jumped in
Okay.
late. All right.
So I met my dogs, and maybe we could have a scene off the suggestion of the dogs.
All right.
Or bully. One of my dog's a bully, so that's another suggestion.
Excuse me, ma'am. I appreciate you taking your dog into this veterinary office, but we have concerns that your dog is constantly holding his paw over his chest.
Well, he was diagnosed with a heart murmur, but we really couldn't afford to pay for his care, and he was such a pain in the neck anyway. So that's just his kind of current. He kind of hangs like that, yeah.
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem to be an issue with his heart, although that is a concern to us. It just seems to be egocentric.
Well, you're a dog psychiatrist. I thought you could help me with this. That's why I brought him in here.
Well, if I were to say anything about your dog, I would say that he is consumed by narcissism.
That's a personality disorder. I know that's very hard to treat, and you're a world-renowned expert, so I'm leaving it in your hands.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, but in order to get down to the bottom of what caused your dog to be such a little narcissistic fuck is why is how he was brought up by you. We usually find that the issue has to do with the owner.
Listen, I'm not a Freudian, but I think they stopped beating up the mothers years ago. So we got to talk about the father in this case too, the male owner, who.
Yeah. Well, can you ask the father of the dog to come in here, please?
Yeah, hang on a second. Yeah, what do you want? I did a
What do
good
I
job.
want? You called me. What do you want?
I want a peaceful house. I don't care that the dog's neurotic. I like it like that. She's always trying to fix him. He's great the way he is.
Uh, we always try to make him as great as he is, but you always have him over.
All
It's
right, all
always
right.
your dog.
If I can just interject, the issue doesn't seem to be with the dog's neuroses affecting you two, but how he's become a Pied Piper figure to other dogs.
Yeah, he is totally this is Mom. I'm back again. Sorry.
I'm
And
sorry. Could you just repeat that?
he has become somewhat of a leader in our neighborhood. We live in a dog community. It's very dog friendly here. Everybody has 1 to 3 dogs in our community, and they are following him around a lot because he's got a very vibrant personality, as many personality disordered dogs do.
Yeah. See, what we're concerned about here is that this often leads to martyrdom of the dog. He ends up becoming a pariah figure of sorts. So we're concerned about all of these attributes leading to that point, in which case your dog will most likely, I don't want to say die. That's a very strong suggestion, but something awful will happen to your dog.
So, can you explain a little bit more just pariah syndrome? Because I thought pariahs only happened to piranhas. Not sure about the dog species.
Okay, that's actually a common misconception that being a pariah can tending to what is that, alliteration? Yeah, no Anyway, that only piranhas can be pariahs. It happens to most animals.
Oh, that's right, that's right. I'm sorry, you're the dog expert. That's why I was a little bit confused because I'm a piranha expert. So usually, sometimes the psychosis carries over.
My goodness, two pet psychological experts in one office. Oh my goodness, who'd have thunk it?
Well, actually, I also specialize in animal work. I'm a cat whisperer, but dogs are very different than cats. I don't really like being around cats. I can whisper, I can communicate with them. I don't care for them that much, but they pay good money.
All right, edit, scene, sweep, edit scene.
Okay. I guess you all heard about Donald Trump today talking about the infestation of flies in this country, and that his new platform is going to be the elimination of flies entirely.
Well, I personally, as a Wall Street bigwig, this is a concern to me about his running platform.
Well, he's making a big difference. He's already convinced the bees, the bumblebees were threatened to be extinct, and now the bumblebees have been speaking out against global warming. That just came out just today in CNN.
Yeah, always going after the titans, the bees, the flies. Why not the crickets? Why not the butterflies? Huh? He's got to leave those innocent flies and bees alone and focus on the bigger picture.
Yeah, I was watching the CNN episode, and I tend to agree. There's infestation of flies and bees, but I think the Border Patrol really needs to step their game up and do what they did to the ladybugs and the butterflies.
Well, I consider the butterflies a much bigger threat because they keep fluttering their wings down in Brazil or wherever it is, and just messing up the entire planetary system. They're really the ones responsible for this global warming. I think it's the butterflies myself.
Can we cut to the office of Donald Trump's campaign headquarters? All right, guys. We got some pretty negative feedback from Donald Trump's stance on bees and flies.
You know how it works for the Don? It's only going to improve his polling. No matter what he says, he's beating everybody in history. In fact, they say he's one of the 4 running people they've ever seen in any election in this country. Already. Nothing can touch him.
Well,
flies.
All right. Well, Mr. Trump, what do you have to say about that?
Well, Personally, I think that they take all our jobs, and they're lazy. They don't do anything, and sometimes you know, when I raise my estates in New York City, I believe that uh, yeah, the bees, the flies, the Mexicans, and the Jewish people of our community really need to band together and just leave.
Whoa. Wow. That is a bold statement, Mr. Trump.
Well, bold statements often make for good press.
I don't think that is a despicably racist, awful thing to say. I do not think that will make for good press.
Mr. Trump, we might want to soften that statement a little bit. Let's leave out the part about the flies, okay? Because otherwise you're just hurting your demographics this way.
Oh,
All right.
that's a very good point. What should be our campaign plan? Because I was thinking about the way we can. Who are we talking to? Who are we talking to? The middle class here?
We're talking to mostly upper class. When it comes to you, Mr. Trump, you are mostly targeting upper class. I don't think that you are relatable at all to anything above the upper class. Well, that seemed to take the air out of the room. I apologize. I rescind what I just said. I think I'm going to resign as campaign director for Donald Trump's presidential campaign. I wish you all the best.
Wipe and go to your next job interview. Well, I understand you've got some interesting experience here, but just why do you think you're qualified to work with Acme Moving Company?
Oh, for a number of reasons. I have a number of positions in the past, leadership positions, where I've commanded a number of people. From when I was younger, I was the manager of a fast food restaurant. Going up to recently, I was the head of Donald Trump's campaign. I was a head of a presidential campaign of Donald Trump. So, yeah.
I can't quite hear you.
Oh, yeah. It was just.
Did you bring your parent with you? Is that your father with you, I see?
Excuse me? Pardon?
Did you bring your father with you? Who's this other gentleman with you in the room? I'm not used to having two men come in at the same time for one job.
Dad, do you want to field that question?
Yeah, you can tell him about Donald Trump's campaign direction because I think there's a lot of similarities here between, Acme Moving Company and the presidential campaign.
Thanks, Tiger Dad. I really appreciate it. Acme Moving Company is a lot like trying to sell the lower class on a completely unqualified candidate. It's just something a little gaudy that they don't really need and they can do themselves, but they're gonna outsource that. Well, Dad, do you think I'm doing okay?
Yeah, I think you're doing great. Your interview's going well. You're asking for lifelines, and I think we did a really good job that one time we moved to Indiana to help with fly infestation. Remember what did we do that one time that required a wrecking ball?
Wait, which time we moved to Indiana?
That time we used a big wrecking ball, Acme wrecking ball. I think there was like a Roadrunner involved.
Acme wrecking ball that we used to destroy our old house as we moved to our new house.
Oh, that's right. And there was a lot of
Tiger Dad, we sure had some crazy adventures just destroying houses as we moved out of them.
Yeah, no, I saw. We were on the news at one point. Wasn't there a? Hmm. Is Excuse me, ma'am. Is there any? Is there any? Do we get media coverage for our Acme moving job? Any sort of coverage at all?
Yeah, we have, we're online 24 hours a day. We have our own YouTube channel. And I got to say something I really
Wow,
admire about.
YouTube, Dad.
We're famous.
Yep, you two will be on YouTube. And the thing that I really kind of like about both of you is you don't seem to have any morals or very much intelligence. And that's why I think you'd be a great part of our team.
All right. Edit, edit, sweep edit. New York Times journalists, thank you for all attending this meeting. Well, I just wanted to go over with you our potential stories for the week. Just see what everybody's cooking. We have a lot of potential in this Trump drama, where he just told all the Jews and the Mexicans to just get out. So does anybody have any leads?
Yeah, I've been following the story. And I think what happened was he had a brilliant campaign manager who left all of a sudden. And now the Don is making even worse decisions than he made before. We don't know who that fellow was, but we understand he's very talented, very committed, and now he's gone. So, but we also have found out that there may be something in the hair medication he's taking that might be causing Donald to have some actual schizoaffective traits going on.
Yes, I heard about that hair medication story too. And there's an interesting relationship between the hair medication and hair plugins. So I'm not sure if how involved Donald Trump is into the hair plugin industry and how that relates to his presidential campaign, and if we have any leads on how, like, I've always been more of the the paranormal belief, and you think there's any sense that there's some sort of connection here between how bizarre Donald Trump is and how bizarre his platform is.
We cut to the mad scientist that is in charge of Donald Trump's hair plugs and hair dye. Oh yes, yes, Gunter. Soon, my little one, the world will know. The world will know the wrath that I want to invoke upon it through my vessel, my sweet, sweet vessel, Donald Trump.
Yes, we found a way to frame the flies and frame the bumblebees for all the badness in the world. What should we do next?
Oh, keep on grinding those sweet, sweet bumblebees and flies into the end has not to deal with them anymore.
Professor, I'm bringing you some new beakers. They're specially made out of endangered species tusks. I thought they would be best for your potions.
Thank you, Intern Donna. You will fit in here just well. Intern Donna, you realize you aren't getting paid for this, right?
I don't need to get paid. It's a pleasure to just work with you, sir. I mean, to understand how to harness these magic powers that you seem to have from these animals, and I'm really totally involved in working on capturing as many almost extinct animals as possible to bring to your laboratory to contribute to this work. And I don't need any money.
Sweet, ignorant Donna. Sweet, ignorant intern Donna thinks that I am utilizing mystical forces and magic. In reality, I'm just using science. Isn't that right, Gunter?
Yes, sweet science from the honey from the bumblebees.
Gunter
Now,
loves honey science, doesn't he?
honey science, smack it around my lips. Now, I think it's a good thing we put it in his hair so his hair stays down. and it's good that he has that sweet, sweet orange glow to his hair, so it's not suspicious. I think I think we should there's some interesting things here we can do with the Acme Construction Company, isn't there?
Oh yes, despicable, despicable Acme Construction Company, leaving a wake of rubble as they. Gunter, what is your idea for what we will do with the despicable Acme Construction Company?
Well, we can build, we can destroy, and once we have Donald Trump's presidential campaign defeating Hillary Clinton, we can, hmm, we can.
Gunter, don't write off Bernie Sanders. He's a perfectly valid candidate.
Bernie Sanders? No, I'm not sure if Bernie Sanders can. Ah,
I know,
inter
intern. There's a
Donna.
2016 laptop sticker.
Well, you realize I am from Vermont, and I'm very close to Bernie Saunders. I'm very, very close to him. He doesn't know about any of my work with endangered animals, but I'd love to introduce you to him, Professor, because he's a close personal friend. And his hair is kind of thinning right now, too, I think.
All right, we cut to the mad scientist being introduced to Bernie Sanders. Oh, Mr. Sanders. Oh, you have a way with words. Oh, you are a wordsmith. What a clever, clever joke, Mr. Sanders. You are a delight. You are a delightful man, Mr. Sanders.
I'm just a regular person.
Well said. Well said, Mr. Sanders. Well said indeed. That wordsmithing is coming in handy, isn't it? So now now that we've got now that we've been personally introduced, I want to talk to you about some ideas I have for your hair. Isn't that right, Gunter?
Oh yeah, yes, we can do something about your hair. Uh, Bernie Sanders. Uh, what's your favorite color?
I love all the colors of the rainbow. I can't pick one right now. Sorry. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick rainbow.
Mr. Sanders, you are known for your decisiveness when talking about your platform, yet you can't pick one single color to declare as your favorite.
Okay, it's purple.
Ah, there we go. Bingo! Gunter, mark down. Favorite color, purple. This will come in handy later.
Ah, purple, the color of royalty. I think that fits you perfectly. Future candidate Bernie Sanders, president.
Yes,
How do you
future
feel about your
candidate
chances?
Bernie
Yes.
Sanders.
Of course, I'm not seeking to be a monarch of this country. I believe everybody should share everything. And that's why I'm for saving the environment, like the bees and the flies and the butterflies and the endangered species. And my hair, of course.
All right, that's our show. That's our show. That's